Good evening, friends. I'm CB Sharma back with another video. In this video, I'm going to discuss the angular momentum of a projectile about its origin. So this is the origin. So the projectile is projected. It's projected at an angle theta. And now the crux of this problem is that we had the angular momentum of the projectile keeps changing as the position vector of the point P with the time will keep changing. Okay, this point P, if I had to find the position vector means you had to join the origin with this point P and in what direction the point P is there with respect to the origin O. That's what the position vector P says, right? So here, so what I have to do here, this is the position vector of the P, and this point keeps on moving as the projectile moves. This point keeps moving as the projectile moves. So if this point keeps moving, the position vector R bar, which is nothing but OP bar. So I have OP bar, that is R bar, that keeps changing. Okay. So if this changes, R bar changes with time. That is what you have to understand. Changes with time. And another thing what we have is the velocity of the projectile. Velocity also keeps changing with time. Okay, changes with time. Changes with time. For a projectile, the velocity changes with time as well as the position vector changes with time. So basically, what is this angular momentum? Angular momentum, L bar is nothing but R cross P, where P is the momentum, linear momentum. So how do we calculate linear momentum? It's a very simple concept. Linear momentum is equal to mass into velocity vector. So the velocity vector keeps on changing, the momentum vector keeps on changing with time, velocity vector keeps on changing with time for a projectile, and the position vector of the point P also changes with the time. And now the problem here is you have to, how do you calculate the angular momentum for these vectors? Okay, so let's check out this problem, how to solve this. So some of the basics of the projectile motion you should know this, then only you can solve this problem. So what are the things you need to know? So the first thing is that what is the x displacement? So basically the vector R bar is the position vector of the point P. R bar can be written as xi cap plus yj cap. So because the projectile motion we are considering two dimensions, yj cap, and there is no z direction, we'll understand this z direction will come into the picture when the projectile is moving. If you have to consider the angular momentum, the angular momentum will be in the negative z direction. Why it is in the negative z direction, we'll discuss. First, let's calculate this, and then why it is in the negative z direction, that also I'll discuss. So here the thing is that this is the R bar, which is a position vector. R bar can be written as the displacement in x direction as well as plus the displacement in the y direction. So what is the displacement in the x direction? That is a velocity in the x direction, that is u cos theta, times at any time t minus or plus, you can say plus half acceleration in the x direction times t square, ut plus half at square. But there is no acceleration in the x direction for a projectile. So that is horizontally, you don't have gravity. So the reason the acceleration will be 0 in the x direction. So you know this very well, that is u cos theta times t. So for this to do, all of you must know how to do that projectile motion basics. So this is the displacement in the x direction after a time of t. And now what would be the displacement in the y direction? If you resolve the velocity vector into components, you get this stuff all of you must know, u sin theta and u cos theta. So this is how the projectile is projected with an angle theta. And now this is how the initial velocity is resolved into components. This is the x component and this is the y component. All of you must know these things. So based on this fact, if you don't know this, please return back to my earlier videos on the projectile motion. So the basics of projectile motion, I have done some videos, so please go through that, then you will understand in that. So these basics you must know to solve this problem. That is must and should. This is a little bit advanced concept at the JEE level. Now the NEET also they are asking this level of questions. So I'm making this. So this is u sine theta times t minus. So the gravity will be in the downward direction. So half gt square. This is how you get the y displacement. So these are the two things what you have to know. So my vector r bar is basically, I need to write this separately. So let us put it aside. So my r bar vector, I have to make these things ready first. So my r bar vector is like, this is the toolkit which is required first of all. So the r bar vector is, this is the position vector of t or about the origin, that is u cos theta times t, u cos theta times t plus u sine theta t minus half gt square. This is the y displacement. So this is I cap here and this is j cap. This is the toolkit, and then you don't have any movement in the z direction. So 0 k cap, let us put it. I tell you why I had to put this. You will understand this very much later. So while solving the cross product, you need this to find the determinant. So for that, r bar vector is fine. And now, so the next one is the mass of the projectile is anyway constant. So the next part is the velocity vector is what you need. So it is understood that in the x direction, there is no acceleration. So x component of velocity is not going to change. So the velocity vector v bar is nothing but velocity in the x direction plus the velocity in the y direction. So vx I cap plus vy j cap. This is how we write. So what is the velocity in the x direction? That happens to be u cos theta, right? And the velocity in the y direction happens to be like u sine theta minus gt. So based on this fact, so the velocity in the y direction keeps on changing with time. So based on this fact, you can write the velocity vector like this. So the velocity vector is like, you can write, this is a toolkit what you need to solve this problem. So the velocity vector is nothing but Vx, that is not going to change because there is no acceleration in the x direction. So u cos theta times I cap plus Vy happens to be u sine theta minus gt. So this is my j cap, and then you don't have any velocity in the z direction. So you will write 0 k cap. And now the ingredients are ready, and then the mass of the projectile is constant. So mass is m, that is a scalar anyway, it is constant. And now the crux is that you had to solve the angular momentum, that is nothing but r bar cross p bar. So I'll show you how the directions look like. So after drawing the figure, so first let us solve the problem and get the answer for this. So that is half mug cos theta times t square. This is how I remember. So that is a negative with negative sign. So minus half mug cos theta. What is a half mug? I'll tell you. So times t square times k cap. So that's how you get. So let us solve this problem. So r bar cross p bar. For that, because p bar is nothing but mv bar, I will write r bar cross mv bar. This is what you are going to get. So m times r bar cross v bar. So this is what you have, right? So what is m? M is out. So let us put m out, and then to find the cross product, we need to solve the determinants. All of you know this very well. So finding the cross product, you have to solve the determinant. So how to solve the determinant? If you have doubt, there is in the vectors I have covered in that videos. You can watch how to solve the determinant. It's very easy. And now to do this, this is my I cap. We write like this: I cap, j cap, k cap. there is another method called circle method that also you can see, that is there in the vectors video. You can see that. So I follow this. This is I am comfortable with this, so I follow this. So what is the coefficient of the x direction? So coefficient of I cap happens to be u cos theta times t. So that will plug in. So maybe this is not sufficient. So I'll clear this and then I'll write L bar is equal to m multiplied by m is a scalar. So this v vector we are going to solve. So it is in one step only, it will be over. So it is I cap, you have j cap, and you have k cap like this. You have to write like this first. So this is how you solve the cross products. There is another method is called circle method. You can see that. I'm comfortable with this, so I'm solving this. So the coefficient of I cap for R cross P. So R cross P is what I am. R cross V bar is what I'm solving now. So to solve this R cross V, so I'm plugging first the R vector. The R bar vector is u cos theta times t. That is the first part. And then that is x displacement. Y displacement will be u sine theta minus half gt square. That is my y displacement, right? And now the k direction, you don't have any movement. So that is k cap as that coefficient will be 0. That's why I put 0 over there. And now velocity vector happens to be u cos theta. Here you get u sine theta times t. I forgot this, u sine theta times t minus half gt square. And then this happens to be u sine theta minus gt. If you feel that you are getting, it is difficult to remember, you take this equation and then just differentiate this equation. Here you get this. You take this equation here, you just differentiate this, you get this. You take this term and differentiate that you will get here. You take this term and differentiate this, you get this. So it's very easy to write that to find the angular momentum, this quantity like this. Like this, you can, I remember like this. So basically that's the reason I could correct this earlier one, what I did. So these are some of the techniques and trade which I use in order to whether I'm writing the things correctly, whether I'm missing things correctly, whether I'm missing anything while solving the problem. This is how I correct. So I remember this like this. Again, I'll explain. If you differentiate this term, this is the displacement term. If I differentiate, I get the velocity. If I differentiate the term in the x direction, I differentiate that with respect to time, I get the velocity in x direction. If I differentiate this, I get the velocity in the y direction. Very simple. And now the thing is that you have to find the cross product. And now it's now way too simple, because this problem is way too simple, because you have one term, one entire column, it is having 2 zeros, and then you can expand with respect to k cap. And now we put a plus sign here and then minus sign here, plus sign here. So it is plus k cap multiplied by this into this minus this into this. This is how we do. So let us do this. So it will be L bar, that is equal to m into this into this, that is u cos theta t into u sine theta minus gt, u cos theta t multiplied by u sine theta minus gt. This is the first part. And now this minus this into this, minus u cos theta multiplied by u sine theta t minus half gt square, u sine theta t minus half gt square. This is the thing which we have to solve. So many terms get cancelled. So 2 terms will get cancelled, 2 terms will sustain. Why it is and how it is, and we are going to get a negative sign over there. So that also will be, you will get this after solving this problem. So I hope you are understanding how I'm doing as slowly as possible, so that you'll all get how to generate the momentum vector, angular momentum, in fact, angular momentum vector when the projectile is moving. Okay. So let's solve further. So this is m multiplied by u cos theta t into u sine theta. So that is u square Sine theta cos theta t, right? Sine theta cos theta t. Okay, next one, u cos theta into gt, u cos theta t into gt, that is minus u cos theta minus gu cos theta, right? Gu cos theta t square. This is one. And now u cos theta into u sin theta t. So that is minus u square cos sin theta cos theta, u square sin theta cos theta multiplied by t is what we have, right? And u cos theta minus half gt square. Minus of minus is plus, so plus half g u cos theta of g u cos theta times t square. This is what I am left in the last term, right? So I slowly multiply the things and then let's check this. And now this term and this term are same and they're equal and opposite, so cancelled out. So this is now, look at these two terms. So L bar I can write it as m. Now you can see gu cos theta times t square, here gu cos theta times t square. So this you can take gu cos theta times t square, that is taken out. And again, you have minus 1 here, gu cos theta times t square. If you take out, this is minus 1 here, and then here half is remaining. Minus 1 plus half happens to be minus half. So you have m into gu cos theta times t square. And now this happens to be minus half. So that is L bar happens to be, and then you have k cap multiplying. I forgot about that. This you have k cap multiplying here. So the k cap, we should not forget the k cap because it's a vector we're writing. The k cap. K cap is multiplying here. And now I should not forget that k cap. Right. Now k cap multiplied by these quantities. This is what. Okay. Now L bar is what you have. So take the minus half to the beginning. So it is negative half m ug. So you write like this mug. What is mug? Mug, no? Mug cos theta times t square k cap. So that's the angular moment. So let's write the final answer one more time. So the final answer L bar, the angular momentum vector, is nothing but half negative half mug cos theta multiplied by t square. What is the mug here? M is the mass and U is the initial velocity and G is the gravity. You know that acceleration due to gravity. And now what are the things we have to know about this? This is like, to easily remember what you can do, half mug cos theta t square. So like this you can read half mug cos theta times t square with the negative sign and k cap. And it signifies that the angular momentum, what are 2 points we can write? Angular momentum of the projectile so considering the direction of projection, angular momentum of the projectile is directed towards negative y-axis. So with the convention of the projection, what we have taken, that is towards the negative z-axis. Sorry, y I have written. Sorry, that is a negative z-axis. Z-axis. It's a negative z-axis because minus k cap. So it's a negative z-axis. So it's like the condition what we have considered. It is like this. So when you consider the projectile like this is the way we are projecting. It will be angular momentum is direct inwards. Okay, when I put a cross, that is inwards. This is how you can do. So that is inverse. Why it is inverse? All these things I'll explain it then. So it is negative z-axis direction. So that's why we get minus k cap direction, negative direction. And the magnitude of the angular momentum, if you consider, that is nothing but half mach cos theta times t square, where theta is the angular projection. So that is the magnitude of the angular momentum. And now another take-home point in the angular momentum is that let's consider this magnitude, that's half mach cos theta. So I read half mach cos theta so that half mug cos theta instead of mach cos theta is very easy to remember. That's why I read like that. So the students, you can also remember that easily. So in this one, half mach cos theta t square, so it is a quadratic in time. Okay, the angular momentum is a quadratic in time. It varies quadratically in time. Okay, so the angular momentum changes with time. So another thing, as a angular momentum changes with time, quadratically. So this is the idea. Angular momentum, it changes with time quadratically. In a quadratic manner, it is going to change with time. So this is the another one. So how exactly we get this negative z direction? So how do we get the negative z direction is what I'm going to explain. It's easy. Now the last part of this video is here. So some of the students, you may already know this thing. I hope you like my explanation. In between, the mistakes are there. Please, I'm sorry for that. So I could correct those things. I hope you don't mind about those things. Finally, I gave the corrected version only. So here, so this is how we have the projection. In between, I forgot some few terms like writing k cap or those things. I hope you will apologize me. You will forgive me for that mistakes. Apologies for that. And now here you have the point P. This is how, and then this is my origin here. And now here, when you join this vector r bar, this is how you have. And now I'm writing the extended vector to write the direction. So this is the direction in which my r bar is, right? And now at this point, if I consider the velocity vector, you have to draw a tangent in order to see the velocity vector. So if I draw the tangent, this is the direction of motion, right? So this is the direction of motion. I have to draw the tangent at this point. So let me draw the tangent. It's something like this, okay? So the velocity vector is along this tangent, right? This is my velocity vector. And now this is the angle between the vectors. And the r bar vector and the v bar vector both are in the xy plane. And now what is r bar cross v bar? So anyway, the momentum vector, if I write mv bar, that is my p bar. This is my momentum vector. And now I had to see the angular momentum. Angular momentum is r cross p, r bar cross p bar. This is my angular momentum. So to do the r cross p, I had to align the vector r bar with the p bar. So that is what I had to do. So if I had to do like this, if I had to assume that this is a corkscrew, I use the corkscrew rule. So this is a corkscrew, and here you had to drive the screw in such a way that you can align the r bar with the p bar, means that you have to drive the screw in. So if you have to drive the screw in, that is this x mark. X mark refers to that goes in the, you can see that it goes in the negative z direction. This is the minus z axis, okay, minus z axis. So you have to drive the screw in the minus negative z axis. Then you get r bar cross p bar. That's how you write the, so you all have to know how to write the cross product. So the basic idea of the cross product you all have to know. So basically what you are doing is that you can hold the vector r bar with this. Another way of showing is with your palm trick you can do. the R bar you had to keep on your fingers, and then P bar is on your palm, and then you crush your fingers. Then your thumb will show the direction of negative Z axis. That is one way. The other way is just the screw rule. Imagine there is a screw here, and then with the screwdriver you have to tighten the screw. See, if you tighten the screw, then only this vector will move like this. This R bar will move like this. If you unscrew it, its P bar will move to R bar. If you screw that, if you fasten the nut, this is the direction you can fasten the nut. Okay, fasten the nut using the screwdriver. So when you fasten the nut, this is the direction. X means it is inwards. Okay, the screw moves inwards. So your direction of angular momentum is towards minus k cap. That is negative Z axis it is showing. So that's what we got. The angular momentum is what is we got is negative half mug cos theta multiplied by t square k cap. This is what we got. So this hence the video. This is what I want to explain you, and and you can find the angular momentum at each and every point. It's possible. So this is how we solve the problem. And another thing, another small thing is that what is the angular momentum at the highest point? So that also let us calculate here. What is the angular momentum? Angular momentum at maximum height. At maximum height. So to do this, I do this. What is the magnitude? Let us find the magnitude. So half mug cos theta multiplied by t square. This is what you have. And now at maximum height, you can do like this. There are other ways, different ways are there. I do like this. At maximum height, the t is equal to the time of ascent. So that is nothing but time of ascent is u sin theta divided by g. So that if I substitute here, job done. So if t is equal to ta, you reach the maximum height. So the time will substitute here directly. So what you have is half mug cos theta times t square. T square happens to be u square sine square theta divided by ta square. So that is time of ascent. That happens to be g square. So you can calculate this. So this 1g and 1g is gone. So what you are going to get is half m u cube cos theta sine square theta whole divided by g. So that's the answer for you. So there are many variations within this. So that variations of different problems we'll discuss in the next video. So I hope you understood. This is how you can solve. You can substitute the time. That is one way. The other way is you have the other way is like what is the r perpendicular multiplied by the other way is the r perpendicular method. That also I'll discuss what is that in the next video. The perpendicular method, finding the perpendicular. I'll do that. Perpendicular vector. I would say that perpendicular vector. I should say. So what is that perpendicular vector method? How do you substitute the maximum height itself within this particular question to solve the problem? That is the discussion what we have, and that I will discuss in the next video. And thank you all. Thanks for watching the videos. I think it's too long, but anyway, thank you all. I hope you got the concept how to solve this problem. Thank you all.